for football here on the East Coast, always in the air. These folks are ready as their guys get set to match up with Russell Wilson and the Seattle Seahawks. Playoff push is upon us. It's week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. He gets it forward for 4, maybe 5, but the flags fly. And this one could be coming back. Now it's Wilson. That's caught by his tight end, Gerald Everett. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. This one into the hands of Metcalf. A gain of 6 there on 1st. So, Charles, a nice throw there by a man who, until this week, was the backup here, elevated to get the start due to injury. How different do you think this offense will be?
Well, the hope is not much, but obviously it's hard to say until you get out there and see how your guys respond. And fortunately, this might just be a 1 or 2 week absence. But I do think that this unit has faith in him. They believe that he can play well, and they're going to band together to give him every opportunity. Third down. It's Carson, and flags come as he gets forward for about 3 yards. Now let's check on the call. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. And now before this 4th and 2 play comes to fruition, they're going to think about it and call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And it appears they'll go for it here on 4th down. A big call on the game's opening drive. On the ground with a tight end. And he's got the first down before being taken down at the 46. Remember, that was fourth and a full 2 yards. There's a big difference between that and fourth and maybe 6 inches or a yard.
Yeah, you're exactly right, because when it's at 6 inches, you just fall forward and you pick it up, right? You just go quarterback sneak. But having to move bodies, that means you actually have to execute because they know what you're going to do. How are you going to make the right play call and get everyone into the right spot and win at the line of scrimmage? That's what they did there.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And they do finally get him, but he makes it all the way to the 6. It's a big play there for Seattle.
Execution was one of their watchwords leading up to this one. And on that play, able to execute brilliantly here on this opening drive.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Chris Carson with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Seahawks take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. So it was the passing game that got him down here, but closer to the goal line, it's the running game that gets him home.
Certainly appears that they lulled the defense into thinking that the passing game was going to be it the entire drive. Nice change up there going to the running game to get them over the goal line.
Jason Myers now for the extra point. And this will give the Seahawks a 7-0 lead.
Next score, Seahawks 7, Washington 0. Michael Dixon, the kickoff for Seattle.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. DeAndre Carter returning it. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
Washington will take over first and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
On first down, Kaepernick. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. Here's Kaepernick to throw. That one caught. It's the rookie De'Ami Brown.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on first down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at third down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
Throwing his Kaepernick on third down. And oh, that nearly an opening drive INT, but it does fall incomplete. Not the way he wanted to start this ball game as it brings up fourth down. And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. Now it's Lockett. So holding there on the return, and that'll back him up to start the next drive.
Yeah, it's a pretty easy call right there, partner. I think when the officials look in their manual and see the expression, jersey getting pulled, that's a flag coming out every time.
When the holding penalty sets them back inside the 20 as they get going on this drive. Now a toss play. It's Carson. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. To throw is Wilson. He'll find Metcalf. So the pitch and catch good for 11, and they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag, because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space. Wilson now to throw on 3rd down. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And he is going to have a Seahawks 1st down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll try the left side. Carson. Room here to run. Gets around him. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. They had a chance to limit his yardage, but he was able to fight off that tackle.
So it's not just the responsibility of the guys who missed the tackles along the way. It's all 11 on defense, able to stop this guy, unable to do it on that play. They've got to find a way. How about his ability to break through and gain that yardage?
Here's Carson. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3. So, Charles, you talk about this offense, how well they've played. I mean, the defense, too, really. But they're sitting at 10-0 now on the year. 4-0, 5-0, that's nice. But once you start hitting double digits with these wins and no losses, I think the seriousness of the situation, it just has to ramp up.
Yeah, and when you do say 10-0, it can't scare you as a team. Just think about it this way. For most of the year, they've been playing to win their division and get to the playoffs. Now the playoffs are just about a foregone conclusion. So now they have to down-focus their thoughts about getting home field advantage and finishing unbeaten, and they need to make sure they keep it in that order.
On 2nd and 7, Wilson eluding the pressure right. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Carson. Jamin Davis there to bring him down. Now a 2nd down and 6. Now Wilson. Flushed out right. To the right side and complete to Metcalf. And the Seahawks are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as he's out of bounds at the 2.
That's a big league job there of getting out of the pocket, not panicking, and just buying himself some time. Then he made a good, accurate throw to set up 1st and goal.
And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. Russell Wilson. Touchdown number 15 on the year. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further.
There's not much that's perfect in football, but that's about as close to it as you're going to get. Score, force a punt, score again.
And both drives were impressive. The opening drive was, that last one was. Now on the other side, though, what's your psyche? You're really behind the 8 ball.
You got to make sure you just hold in there. Survive the early storm, relax a little bit, and try and get back to your game plan. It's way too early for panic.
Michael Dixon, the kickoff for Seattle.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And they are back down to the 500 mark after 2 straight losses. And, Charles, this is a team that, to be frank, their play has really dropped off the last couple of weeks.
And, Brandon, I think there's a sense around the building that they can't let this losing streak get any worse than it is. Because if they were to lose here and fall below 500, then you're playing catch-up the rest of the way. They've got to take a stand and make it stop right now.
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Mike 56, Mike 56. Switch it, switch it, switch it. 56, Mike 56, right there, 56.
To throw, it's Kaepernick. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll be out right at the 35.
Kaepernick was looking to throw, but then it became decision time. And when he saw they had room to run, he made the right decision to pull it down there, and he winds up picking up the first down.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Kaepernick. Middle of the field, he's got McLaurin. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Kaepernick going to throw. Flush to his right. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
They've given him some different looks here defensively in the early going. He's only hit 2 of his first 5 passes. With a big 3rd down coming up, he's hoping he's got a play dialed up that can take advantage of whatever the defense throws at him.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Here's Kaepernick. Winds up and lets it go for Samuel. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. Well, he's been doing this for a lot of years. The arm strength still there, and he showed it off on that one. Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they, as mentioned, unbeaten to this point in the year, but you think this game, their toughest test yet.
I absolutely do, because to me, this is a good measuring stick game because they've been able to take advantage of the schedule. But here, this is another team leading its division with an eye on making a Super Bowl run, so this game is crucial.
And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. Well, prior to that, he had hit his first 6 passes to start the game, so on a nice little run to begin.
It feels like this offense has carried its dress rehearsal into the game. You know, because you do practice it, you do go through it, and in this case, it is clicking exactly like they drew it up.
Now a throw here, hauled in, and able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down, but a nice little gain. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter, 14-7. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now. We'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. And this will be a Seahawks first down as the tackle made at about the 38. it's Carson. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
So, CD, you talk about this football team. Some of the whispers and reports, the social media posts, they hint at a locker room that's splintered, badly splintered. There was talk earlier, some guys might walk away entirely. But that hasn't happened, however, at least to this point.
No, and sometimes some of that talk is just that. Talk. I mean, guys often say, that's it, I'm out of here. And then they realize, I'm not ready to retire yet. What am I going to do now? And they're really ready to come back and dive back in. In fact, we've got guys who are wearing gold jackets in the Hall of Fame. They talked about retirement the last 6-7 years of their careers. So that's not always real. And sometimes you just have to go ahead and ride it.
Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Bobby McCain. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, this was a 14-0 game not too long ago. Things were looking pretty good. And then you give up the touchdown on the last drive. Now the interception.
So that's a lesson in trying to stay vigilant, isn't it? You have to stay on top of things. Can't relax too much because, as you noted, things change. Now they've got to go out there and get a spark going again and try and slow down this comeback.
And, oh, that is going to be a safety. And, Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
That's pulled in at the 32.
At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And with great starting field position and a couple of timeouts at their disposal, they'll certainly have the green light here. Steps away to his left. And he's going to lose a yard or two. Taken down behind the line. He couldn't get rid of it. He winds up losing a yard. It's 2nd down. Second and 11 now. Another try after the first down sack. Wilson. And there's the rookie from Western Michigan, Dwayne Eskridge. This defense going to bring out a couple extra DBs here on 3rd and a yard. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And this will go to Carson out wide. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down, and comfortably so, as he gets 5 there on 3rd and a yard. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
Eluding the pressure right. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. On 2nd down, it's Carson. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. And this a 39-yard attempt. And Myers able to knock it through, and that will do it. for this first half. So we've come upon halftime with the visiting Seahawks. They're out in front. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3. Washington down on the scoreboard, but they are getting the football first here, and we are back underway on EA Sports.
Here's Carter now on the return.
And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll.
Now, they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Throwing now is Kaepernick.
He'll get this into the hands of Antonio Gibson.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. On play action, it's Kaepernick. This will be caught by Brown. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield incomplete.
The passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
56, Mike, 56, right there, 56.
Now Kaepernick again. Kaepernick hit, fumble. He lost the football.
Fortunate to get that football back because trailing here in the second half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity, because it could have been lost there, their chance to score points. But the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession.
Well, they'll get 15, but that won't be nearly enough. It's 4th down.
I don't know how many times, not just in my playing career, but you and I working together, have we ever heard a coach say, you know, I just don't have that play on my call sheet. And that's really what we had here. That was a big hole they were trying to get out of.
Yeah, big gain, still a ways to go, though.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
They go back to Carson here on 2nd.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard. From the gun, it's Wilson. That's into the hands of his tight end, Will Dissly.
And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the 39-yard line.
They go back to Carson here on second, and he'll be stopped right at midfield.
It's a man of 10, and the Seahawks first down.
From midfield now, here's Wilson. Being chased out left. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on 1st down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
On 2nd down now, it's Carson. Now Carson fumbles the football, and it's Washington that scoops it up, and they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
A good starting spot for Washington as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Kaepernick now to throw. And that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground incomplete. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
Kaepernick again here on 2nd and 10. And that almost their first INT of the ball game. Had his sights on it, but he couldn't seal the deal.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Play action. Now Kaepernick. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge, and that's good enough for a 1st down. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times, because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
Again, it's Kaepernick. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And that one incomplete. They try to sneak in a deep ball with the clock running down, but to no avail as time will expire on this 3rd quarter of play. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
Hey, 91.
Now a play fake. Kaepernick. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Washington on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 10.
56, Mike, 56, right there, 56. I want that. Give me that ball,
Kaepernick to throw again. Slings this deep from McLaurin. This is caught inside the 15. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. A big connection on that one. 33 yards. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Shotgun snap now for Kaepernick. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. Shaq Lawson, his second sack of the night.
Well, there's still time to rectify this situation because the silver lining, they took a sack on 1st and goal. But that close to the goal line, that still definitely hurts.
From the gun, it's Kaepernick.
That's out to the flat for Gibson.
And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. Really nice gain on the completion. However, still 3rd and goal that they face now.
Gibson. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Antonio Gibson with touchdown number 12 on the year. And Washington has made this a one-score game.
The extra point up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
From the 6. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Now, Charles, of course, you got to remember, last possession they fumbled. It led to a touchdown. One-score game here. Got to be careful.
And this is where coaching and training really comes into play, doesn't it? What does everyone say after an error? Next play, move on, next drive. That mantra has to come to the front. They've got to take care of business right here and act like the last series just didn't happen.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Wilson after the play fake to Carson. They'll find Everett there, complete. Boom! Still fighting through tackles. And they finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 34. It's a big play there for Seattle. The thing that hurt on that play, the missed tackle, that allowed the extra yardage.
It's a matchup game in the NFL. You get the guy that you want isolated, have him miss a tackle, and off you go.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Oh, and now some space to operate. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15.
98 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
They run it with Carson. And he stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Throwing is Wilson. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. Touchdown! DK Metcalf. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Seahawks add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Extra point up and through by Myers. And it gives his guys a 12-point advantage.
Washington 14. Michael Dixon to kick off.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out there set ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the fourth quarter. This drive becomes very critical. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line.
3 down, 3 down.
To throw, Kaepernick. Throw right side, taken in by Gibson. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Fourth quarter, every drive so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You've got the first one for the second one to even matter.
And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Darrell Taylor able to record his 5th sack of the season.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
This is caught inside the 15. And he's taken down inside the red zone past the Seattle 15. A huge play there for Washington. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone.
Mike's 56. Night, sweetheart.
Working from the gun, it's Kaepernick. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Sidney Jones. And the Seahawks are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They'll start out on the ground with Carson. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Carson. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 110 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
And the Seahawks first down.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try the left side. Carson, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Wilson wants to throw it. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. You normally talk about the mobility and the accuracy first, but the arm strength, that's what can turn Russ into Danger Russ. Myers connects on the PAT, and that will make this a 19-point game.
Washington 14. Michael Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the fourth quarter. This would be their third straight defeat. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
And he stopped immediately there.
Carlos Dunlap on the tackle. No gain on the play. Brings up third down and 7.
So the victory here for Seattle. And we talked so much about the turnover battle determining who wins and who loses. This game, no exception. They didn't turn the ball over at all, and they go on to victory.
They look like a smooth operation in this one, did